Member for Nelson Crest.
Madam Speaker, we just heard how the story of Jumbo keeps getting more ridiculous. Not only is this concrete slab in an avalanche path, but now it's not even in the tenure in which the proponent is supposed to be building things. But it doesn't end there, Madam Speaker. The Liberals keep this fake town going with $200,000 a year for its appointed mayor and 2 councillors. Last spring, the government for no one...
Excuse me, member. Members. Minister of Energy Mines will come to order. Please continue.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I appreciate that the minister gets riled up when we talk about this issue. So last spring, the government for no one wanted to give $180,000 of the $200,000 that they got from this government. They wanted to give it back. They didn't need it, I'm guessing for obvious reasons. So to the Minister for Local Government, oh, pardon me, Madam Speaker, I forgot to mention that the Liberals' response to being offered to get this money back was to say to Jumbo, no, keep the money. Oh. No citizens, no roads, no people, but keep the money. So to the Minister for Local Government, why are you forcing money onto a town of no one, no roads, no nothing, when other things are needing this money in the region?
Yeah.
Minister for Community, Sport and Cultural Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you to the member opposite for the question. I know that we canvassed this question last year in estimates, and it was very clear that if you go back on record, the questions that came forward are certainly misleading from what you've presented today. But if I may take a moment, Madam Speaker, to talk about the importance of planning with local governments. We've just, last week, we celebrated a significant day in British Columbia. November 19th was the birth of British Columbia, and let us remind us, if we look back at the history of British Columbia, when we had communities without oversight, without official communities plans, you had communities like Barkerville that came up, sprung up, communities that didn't have the official plans, that didn't have the proper pieces in place to ensure the safety of the public. And then you move forward and you look at communities such as Kitimat. Kitimat communities, industrial communities that had really strong planning processes in places, strong official community plans, strong official oversight by communities. And then you look at modern day. With the community charter and the members opposite, there are so many people who have local government experience on that side of the House should well know that within the community charter there are specific needs, requirements to build communities such as official communities plans, ensuring that the pieces in place are there for the public around safety. And again, I would remind the members opposite to look at what you asked during estimates of last year. We canvassed this very much. And again, as British Columbians, we should be proud of our communities.
Thank you, Minister. For Nelson Creston on a supplemental.
Yes, back on topic, Madam Speaker. So Jumbo was given $200,000 by this government, and they didn't even need it all. They tried to give it back. We have it in writing. They sent an email saying, please take this $180,000 back, and this government said, no, keep the money for your fake town. That's what they said. Honourable Speaker, there's nothing even in this fake town. There's no need for an official community plan because there's only a concrete slab in an avalanche path, Madam Speaker. So this government has said no money for Invermere Community Hall, no money for Nelson and District Arts Council, and worst of all, Madam Speaker, no money for survivors of the Johnson's Landing mudslide. But money for this fake town that has no people, no elections, no nothing. Madam Speaker, when is this government going to end the Jumbo farce?
Minister for Community, Sport and Cultural Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And to the member opposite, thank you very much for your question. Thank you. But, Honourable Speaker, I would remind the member opposite and maybe canvass some of the history of what has happened in the past. I have letters, Honourable Speaker, back from 1993 with the former Premier Mike Harcourt. And then 1995, we have former Premier Glenn Clark, who supports the notion of building economic development in communities. Honourable Speaker, we believe in tourism. We believe in resort development. We believe in supporting economic development in the province of British Columbia.